welcome to episode 55 of the Cherry Purls podcast. We are a mostly weekly knitting and spinning and dyeing and crochet occasionally podcast coming to you from right outside New Orleans, Louisiana. And we are so happy that you're here with us today. I am Mary.
I'm Robin.
You can find me as Teeny Button.
Did you just hear what you said? You said I'm Mary, so I said I'm Robin.
Oops. We're just going to leave that in. I am Robin.
I am Mary.
How did I do that?
I don't know, but I just followed suit.
I was just going on autopilot. Oh, that's embarrassing.
So.
Yeah, okay. You can find me as Teeny Button on Instagram and Ravelry, and my Etsy shop is Teeny Button Studio, where I sell hand-dyed yarn.
And I am Snippin' Full on Ravelry, and on Instagram, I am Cherry Purls Mary.
You're not Cherry Purls Robin.
Did I say?
No, I said.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe that happened. We have a podcast group for the podcast. It is Cherry Purls Podcast, and it'll be linked down below. And that's where you can find all of our show notes for this episode as well as previous episodes. And that's also where you can find our giveaway thread. We have a giveaway that we're currently hosting. So would you like to talk about that?
Sure. We are currently hosting a giveaway by Loué. They sent us some beautiful yarn and some patterns, and we have put together two prize packages for two of our lovely viewers. We have a thread open in our Ravelry group, which shows what is included in the two packages. So if you're interested in entering the giveaway, please go over to that thread. You need to be a member of the podcast group to be eligible to win the prize, and you need to let us know if you've ever used any of Loué's products, which one did you like? And if you haven't, go over to their website, and the link is in the group, and let us know what you'd like to try.
Yeah.
So we will draw for that on our next podcast, which will be May 25th.
25th, which is Thursday, because today is Thursday.
Yeah, new podcast day.
Yeah, new podcast day. Fridays are usually busy, so now we're going to record on Thursday. So we have some coupon codes. We talk about these every week, or not these, but the one for Kath Thorley. It's 20% off any of her patterns until March of next year, and that is the code CherryPearls20, all lowercase. And then we also have a coupon code for your pattern, correct?
Yes. Last week I released a new pattern for fingerless mitts called the Monkey Heel Mitts. And in order to celebrate that release, I am offering a coupon code for 15% off of the pattern until May 18th, which will be next Thursday. And the coupon code is good for 15% off. And the coupon code is monkey in all caps.
Yep. I'm not going to put it on the screen again, but it'll be in the show notes.
Yeah, and you just enter that at checkout to receive your discount.
Cool beans. That's my favorite pattern by you so far, I think.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, it's really fun. I might knit it. I'm thinking, I'm not usually a huge fingerless mitts person.
Oh, see, I love them.
Might be something to think about.
I got some more in my head, so.
So we have, that's it for the podcasty stuff. I do have a quick little reminder. I talked about this last week, and a lot of our viewers went and signed up, so thank you guys. There is a Swapless mini skein swap that is being hosted in the Yarn Hoarder podcast group, and it is for my yarn. It is for Teeny Button Studio. So I've talked about how it works before. If you're curious, you can go over to the Yarn Hoarder group and check out the thread. We'll link it in the show notes as usual. But basically, you just pay a flat fee, and then they send you minis out of my yarn. So they do have some spots open. So if you are interested, we'll link to that in the show notes as well. Or not as well. That's only the one thing I said.
We will link to that in the show notes.
We'll link to that in the show notes. So, yeah, there is one quick little thing. I haven't done it quite yet, but I will have it done by the time this podcast goes up. I recently hit 5,000 followers on Instagram, which is super exciting. I'm really happy that, a lot of people seem interested in the photos that I post. So I am going to be hosting a giveaway over there. It's going to be through Instagram. So, my username is @TeenyButton. So if you go over there, you can enter to win a skein of my yarn, a mini skein, and a little progress keeper. So we'll link, I guess we can link that. I guess Instagram works on the computer. But
yeah, it does.
Yeah, I usually use, I don't know anyone who does on the computer. I usually use my phone, but we'll link to it. if you would like to go over there and check it out. So
That's a plan.
that is it for the administrative stuff. And I really shouldn't be on autopilot as much as I am at the beginning because things tend to happen. So, but we're all straightened out now. We got our right identities again.
Yes.
So we don't have any finished objects, do we?
Nope. We have works in progress, but no official finished objects.
You don't even have a baby hat.
No, but I am decreasing on the crown. And had my doctor this morning taken longer to come in, I might have been able to finish it. Yeah. But yeah, I'm close.
Ooh, one quick announcement. We will not have a podcast next week. Did we talk about that?
No.
Oh, yeah. There will not be a podcast episode next week. It'll be the week after.
We may do a vlog though, huh?
Yeah, maybe. I might get some footage and put it at the beginning of the episode or something. I don't know if we'll have enough for a vlog.
Yeah, we're not sure. We do plan to visit one or possibly two yarn shops. If we do, we will try to get some footage to show you for those two places.
I like putting videos in more than I like putting photos in.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we'll try to get some videos instead of photos this time.
Yeah, we'll see how it works. If it's enough for a vlog, great. If it's not, then we will put it in the next podcast.
Yeah. So there's going to be a little light on knitting content this week, huh?
Well, I guess. I mean, we don't have any finished objects, but we do have other things.
Yeah. So settle in because we're going to show you some whips. You want to go first?
Sure. This is the one that I've been currently working on. This
look, we're
is in
twinsies.
my Mrs. Brown's bag. Oh, yeah, look.
I don't have my Grocery Girls pin on mine, though.
Mine keeps coming off.
Huh.
This is my silver leaf, and I said it correctly this time. So this is where I was last week, and so I've added this much this week. I am now into the leafy section.
Oh, that's pretty.
And I'm really enjoying it. I think I added either 2 or 3 additional sections. I talked about this last week that I wanted to extend the length of this shawl because I had knock this off, because I had 2 skeins of this Madeline Tosh Twist Light yarn. This is the colorway is Favorite Pair, and I wanted to use up more of it. So
look at your ice cream sandwich. That's so cute.
So I went ahead and did add a couple more repeats of this eyelet section just to make it a little bit longer. I'm not trying to use all the yarn, but I did want to use more of it. So I have started alternating skeins. So there are 2 attached threads, and I'll alternate skeins until I finish the first skein. The first skein, let's see. I've got this much left of the first skein. So I'm close to working entirely off the second cake. But anyway, I'm very much enjoying it. It has been a great knit. I can't wait till it's finished. I hope it'll be finished by next podcast. Not making any promises.
How much is left?
Well, there's the leafy section. If you can see, they're going this way. And then the other part, they go the opposite direction, to try to, leaves on a stem.
Yeah.
And then there's some additional part after that. So I'm not too far from being finished. I'd say, I don't say it's maybe not much longer than that much more. So I'm close to being finished. It is definitely something I have to work on when it's quiet. Because it's the type of lace or patterning that you have to pay attention to the I'm drawing a blank. The purl row. A lot of lace will only be the lace stitches will be on the knit row, but this one also has some patterning on the purl row, so you need to pay attention to that. And there have been a couple of times when I've forgotten to do a yarn over, and then my stitch count has been off, so I had to go back and pay attention to, start counting stitches, because it's also not the type of lace where you can put in markers. Sometimes you're able to put in markers to show, like, okay, these are how many stitches you need to have between the row. I mean, the count is almost the same all the time, but you'd be shifting some markers. So anyway, I am very much enjoying it. So I hope to have it finished for next podcast.
Yeah. Oh, it's so pretty.
So the pattern, let me say it again. The pattern is Silver Leaf, which I usually get wrong, but I got it right this time, and it's by Lisa Hannes. I think that's how you say her name. I don't know if it's Hannes or Hans, but it's a great pattern.
Yeah, and the pattern, I think you said this already.
Oh, yeah.
Sock is, yarn is Mad Tosh Twist Light.
Mad Tosh Twist Light.
And favorite pair. Colorway, favorite pair.
I bought this last year at DFW, and I wanted to knit with some of the yarn I bought last year because I knew I was buying more this year, which definitely happened.
Yeah. There might be some Madeline Tosh coming your way on Sunday for Mother's Day, too. So
I'm good with that.
Heads up.
All right.
It's not a spoiler. You've already seen it, but, you know, that's the thing. Like, it doesn't have to be a surprise because you want to make sure that what you get is something you're going to like.
Oh, yeah.
So,
definitely.
Especially with yarn, because I know that you're not picky, but there's certain things, you know, certain blends that you like and certain colors that you like. So,
and I'm not a big fan of variegated. I like speckles, but I'm not a big fan of variegation because I don't knit a lot of socks. I know a lot of people. I mean, I love the skein, the yarn and the skein. They're just absolutely beautiful. But when I go to knit them, the things that I knit don't necessarily show the beauty of the variegation, and they usually end up being annoying to me.
Well, you don't knit. I feel like garter looks really good with variegated yarn, or variegated yarn looks good in garter. Garter looks good regardless.
Yeah.
But you don't do a whole lot of garter. So.
Well, if I'm doing a shawl lately, I'm doing more garter stitch shawls, but yeah, they're, you know, my preference is always stockinette.
Yeah. So for my next whip, this is in a bag from our good friend Lynn, who is Sunshine and Bubblegum. It's so cute. So these are my monkey socks. Or I should say this is my monkey sock. I only have one. I could have had this one finished if I really tried because I'm getting very close. I think I just started the ribbing. The yarn is Knox Yarn Company and the base is Soul Sock. It's a gold stellina. And the colorway is Sprinkle.
That is just so beautiful.
It's gorgeous. Oh my goodness.
And see, that is an example of a yarn I would like.
Yes, well, it's because more speckled.
Because it's speckled. I love color, but when I'm knitting with it, I prefer pops of color or I prefer solids or tonals.
Yeah. So,
but I just love how that's knitting up. That is just so beautiful.
It's amazing.
Now, you taking this on the trip?
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can finish these. I'm going to take them whenever we go knit tomorrow with Lynn and Rick. And I'm going to see if I can finish the sock and start the new one. I have another sock I'm going to bring, and I have a new shawl I'm going to cast on that I'm going to talk about in a little bit. But we're going to be gone for, you know, however long, and I want to make sure I don't run out of knitting. And there's only 2 yarn stores, so if I run out, there's only 2 places I can restock.
Oh my gosh.
I just want to make sure I'm prepared. Because it's going to be a very relaxing knitting kind of trip. It's not going to be like, you know, like if you go to Disney World, we're going all the time. Whereas this is just going to be relaxing.
There'll be a lot of
knitting
time.
Knitting by the pool.
If you want.
Yeah. So, I love the monkey socks. I feel like it's one of those patterns that almost every single yarn would look good in. So, yeah, it's monkey sock. The designer is Cookie A, for those of you who don't know. And if you've never knit this before, like, you should definitely give it a try.
It's Robin recommended.
Amazing. It's like, it's so intuitive, but it looks so complicated, and everything looks good in it. So, I am doing the no purl version, which is as simple as you just knit the purls. And then I'm knitting them toe up, obviously, but I didn't reverse the chart, so technically the chart is upside down, but it doesn't really matter to me.
I think they look great that way.
Yeah, I love it.
I think it's one of those patterns that can go either way.
Yeah, so that's not a whole lot done. I actually went out of town Sunday to Tuesday, and I think that's how much I got done. I don't know what we did, but I didn't knit, that's for sure.
Well, you were doing other things than knitting.
Yeah, so that's my first one. You got another one?
Yep. This is the project that I talked about starting last week, and I did start it.
Are you getting your points for the end of the wool?
Not yet, because I'm not using that bag for this project. When I finish that project, I'll move it into this one.
Okay.
So last podcast I talked about this would be my next up, and now the yarn is all tangled around the needle. No, it's just around the needle. Because someone played with it. So this is Panorama. There we go. Panorama Fiber Art Sake Bomb, and the colorway is Blood Orange. And the pattern I'm doing is called Miso, and it's by Amber O'Brien. And this is how far I've gotten. If you have been watching the podcast for a while, you may remember that I started this earlier this year, this pattern, in a different yarn, and I wasn't loving how it was. It was not a blend that I would normally want to wear up against my skin, and I just didn't pay attention to the fiber content before I started.
It's a good blend for socks, though.
Oh, yeah, and I'm going to make a pair of fingerless mitts out of them. So, but anyway, I think this will look really cool in this gradient because it is knit sideways. It'll really show off the beautiful color changes in this yarn. So as I work across, you'll see all the color.
What's the yardage?
The yardage on this is 440 yards. And it's the type of pattern to where you can weigh the yarn and, you can knit the pattern and then weigh the yarn and then know that you have enough to do all your decreases. Yeah. So you can use as much of the yarn as you want. I am knitting the shorter version. The longer version, I think, goes like 880 yards.
Probably 2 skeins.
Yeah, 2 skeins worth. And this one, it's a very long and shallow shawl. So I think the yardage, the measurements listed for the top measurement is 84 inches on the small. So I think that's plenty long enough. Inches. I like a long shawl. So I really don't, but I don't think I want the large one. Yeah. So this is as far as I've gotten on it. I've been working more on the silver leaf only because I've had a lot of quiet time. This is one that I definitely can do when I'm around other people. It does have, you can see that it does have some yarn overs that you do need to pay attention to, but it's a lot more intuitive.
You kind of read where the yarn overs go.
Yeah, you can read where they're supposed to be, and so if you don't see if you're reading your knitting and it's not looking right, it's a lot easier to tink back these couple of stitches than it is to do all the ones on those. So that's my second work in progress, and I'm definitely taking this on the trip.
I like your bag.
Thank you. I have this in a bag that Robin made for me. I love elephants, and she made
me the fabric.
I do too. I love this fabric, and I also love the interior fabric.
Was that spoonflower?
Nope.
Are you sure?
Nope.
Nope, you're not sure?
This could be spoonflower.
Yeah.
I think the elephants is spoonflower, but the this
that's not
fabric. Yeah. No, I think that was Hobby Lobby.
Or Joann's maybe.
No, Hobby Lobby. I remember it now. But anyway, that's my second work in progress. Yeah. Not counting the baby hat. I mean, car knitting is always in progress. So, but
you don't always show it.
No, I don't always feel like dragging it out of the car because then I forget to put it back and then I get all mad about it. So, yeah, that's it.
Cool. What is that? I've been looking at it. It's like fuzzy.
This we can talk about this after.
Okay. That's what I thought it was. I'm curious.
Yeah, this is. No, we'll talk about it later.
Okay. So this is my next whip, and this is my Goldfish Memory Shawl. The pattern is by Casapinka, which is super fun to say. I love saying it. And I didn't do a ton of work on this. I feel like we haven't had a whole lot of time between podcasts.
Well, we are doing. We didn't record last week till Saturday, and then we're doing it a day earlier. So yeah, it's a shorter week.
Yeah. So I only have this little bit done, but it's something, and it's an interesting little section. They're like little garter welts, kind of. So that's pretty cool. But the yarn is Hedgehog Fiber Skinny Singles, and I'm currently working with this white with dark speckles. This is pine.
Wish you didn't blow it out so much.
Out. That's better. Pine. Yeah. The gold is
amazing.
Fool's Gold. I always want to say Gold Rush, but it's Fool's Gold.
That is such a cool. Oh, that color.
It's amazing. It really is. And then the gray is called Oracle. And I love hedgehog fibers. Y'all know I love hedgehog fibers. So this is nice to work on. I'm not sure if I'll bring it on the trip. just because I kind of want to start a new shawl. I want to do another shop sample, but I'll talk about that in a second. But it might come with me, I might not. I haven't decided, but it looks cool so far.
Yeah, it does. I think it looks great.
Yeah. So, not very interesting, or not very, not a whole lot of progress was made, but I figure it's worth showing. It's in my Miss Brown's bag.
Yeah, don't forget that.
Yeah. So that's it for whips this week. We didn't work on a whole bunch, but
Did we just,
I didn't at least.
I did, but we had a shorter week.
Yeah.
And you were out of town.
Yep.
So it is what it is.
So we did get some stash this week.
Well, were you going to talk about what shawl you're going to knit?
It kind of goes into that.
Oh,
it kind of goes with that.
Oh, didn't know.
So, we went to Biloxi earlier this week, and on the way home from Biloxi, there is
you and Larry.
Yes, me and Larry. There is this yarn store in Diamond Head, Mississippi, and it's only about 45 minutes away from us. But it's on the way home from Biloxi, so I was like, oh, well, we'll stop in and see what they have. And I had heard
As you do.
I had heard some rumors that they had some of these driftwood needles. These driftwood needles. They're...
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Leek?
I don't know. Leek, like?
Leek.
Lykke.
I don't know, but I like them. And we saw them at DFW.
Take them out so you can see them better.
We saw them at DFW, and there's only one booth. I think it was Fiber Optics. Yeah. They had them, but they only had the interchangeable set. And while I like interchangeable sets, I find that I only ever really use 4, 5, 6, and 7s. I don't really use anything bigger than that. And I think the interchangeables went up to like a 10 or an 11.
Well, to me, interchangeables too, you got to really, since it's such a big investment, I think you need to know that you like the needles first.
Yeah.
At least for me, I need to know I like those needles before I'm interested in investing in an interchangeable set. So I would do what you did. I would buy a pair, knit with them, see how I felt about them. Although I know that there could be a difference between the interchangeables and the fixed, it still gives you a general idea of the needle.
So this is what they look like.
They're beautiful.
They're gorgeous. And the size is stamped on here. These are US 6s, 4 millimeters, and I think it's a 32.
That looks like a 32, yeah.
Yeah, I think. I usually use 32s for shawls, but I really should probably use a 40 if I'm going to be doing like a long shawl. But, I can just cram all the stitches on there. So, I was thinking about putting my goldfish memory on these, but I'm knitting the goldfish memory on a 4, even though the pattern calls for a 6 because the hedgehog skinny singles are so thin. So I thought I would cast on a new project. I'm actually in the process of dyeing the yarn for it. This is the skein that I'm going to use, or one of the skeins. And this is actually a reboot, I'm calling it, of my drive-through daiquiri colorway. Just because the old daiquiri colorway was kind of, they didn't always come out the same just because they're so heavily speckled. So I kind of wanted something that'll be a little bit more standardized. Is that the right word? Consistent. Yes, that's a very good word. So it's got the same colors, but it's a little bit more pastels rather than just pure speckle. So this is it on my solo singles base. I will have some in the next shop update, which we'll talk about at the end of the episode. But I'm dyeing up a navy to go with this. So I'm thinking of a Pure Joy. I'm leaning towards a Pure Joy, but I am open to suggestions. So if you know of a 2-color shawl that would look good in something this heavily, I don't know if I'd even call it variegated. It's a speckle. It's just like a really subtle kind of speckle maybe. But if you know something that'll look good with this in a solid, let me know, because I'm thinking Pure Joy, but I'm open. I mean, I'm not set on it. Something I can use a US 6. So.
Because you want to use your needles.
Yeah, I want to use these needles. And I figure while I'm at it, I might as well make a shop sample with my new color. Or it's not a new color, but, reformulated.
Your reboot.
Yeah. So I did get something else at the French Knot. Well, I got two other things at the French Knot. I got a pair of Addy sock rockets, which not that exciting. I'm not going to show you because they look just like every other pair of Addy sock rockets. And then I bought a skein for somebody else. That's not me.
It was actually for somebody else for somebody else.
Yes. Yeah. Said never knows what to get Mom for Mother's Day. So I'm like, hey, you can get Mom this. I know she'll like it. So.
Yarn always works.
Well, he doesn't know anything. Well, he knows a little bit about yarn, but he doesn't really know what you like. So usually him and Dad come to me and they're like, oh, what does Mom want? So, although Dad hasn't come to me this year, so I don't know what he's doing.
I'm not worried about it.
Yeah. So
I'm not Dad's mom.
That's true. We did get a swap package in the mail this week.
A beautiful swap package.
So this is from Megan, who is Creative Spark Yarns. Is she Spark Beat on Ravel?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna make sure I'm getting the right names. So, which skein is yours?
I don't know. We haven't chosen yet.
We haven't. Gorgeous.
Okay.
So, Megan contacted us and wanted to do a yarn swap. So we sent her 3 skeins of Teeny Button Studio, and she sent us 3 skeins of her yarn along with some other goodies. Have you read the card yet?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, these, she actually sent us a skein of these to give away, and it's in our giveaway bin. But we loved it so much we wanted a skein for ourselves.
There was actually an argument over that.
Yeah, that's why we decided. She said we could keep one, and we both wanted it, and
we
so
both wanted to keep the same one.
It's not fair for one of us to keep it and the other doesn't, so we decided to go ahead and give it away. But now we each have a skein.
Yeah, because when she contacted us about the swap, she's like, I still have some more of this, and we're both like, yes, yeah. We both get it now.
So this is her Saki's fingering weight, and it's 80/20 merino and nylon, 400 yards, and the colorway is Midnight Swim, which would be perfect to bring on the trip. Oh my goodness!
Just look how beautiful that is.
Gorgeous.
That is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Good job, Megan.
And then she also sent a skein. This is her Blueberry Captain colorway, and it's the same Saki's base. But look how pretty the little speckles are. Gorgeous.
Really, really pretty.
So she is Creative Spark Yarns. Yeah, Etsy.com/shop/Creative Spark Yarns. Oh, there we go. Ravelry Spark Beat, and Instagram she is Creative Spark Yarns.
And there's her card. And look at the cute little stitch marker that comes with it.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that adorable?
This one has a little bone. Ooh, a little bone.
Yeah, these two have fish.
Yeah.
Cute.
Get it because it's Midnight Swim?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I get it.
She sent us bags as well.
Yeah, so here's one bag.
Did she say she made these or her fiance made these?
Yeah, I think so. So these beautiful bags, I mean, look how gorgeous that is.
It's got the metallic fiber in there.
Megan had sent us some also for a giveaway. I think we have still have it in the giveaway box. So if you like these bags, which I'm sure you do because they are absolutely gorgeous,
look at that
we will have a bag, 1 or 2, I can't remember.
We gave away one.
Okay, I think we still have one left in an upcoming giveaway.
Yeah.
And then Megan also sent us a lovely bag of minis, which I'm very excited about.
See. This is the one I'm interested in, or I'm excited about. This is London House Yarns in the 4 Founders color.
Oh, I've heard a lot about that one.
Yeah. There's a lot of Harry Potter yarns out there, but this is one I'm interested to try.
But there's really a lot of pretty,
yeah, this one's
really pretty colors. That one's
Simply cool. Sock Yarn Post in Ghost Town. It's a big chunky mini too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So she has a little bag of minis. And then Megan just returned back from New Zealand. And so she sent us some candy that she had shipped home from there. So there's a giant Kit Kat, which is always good.
Caramel swirl?
Yeah, salted caramel swirl.
Huh.
Which is cool because everything's like metric.
Yeah, it's got like gram weight.
Yeah, like energy.
340
kilojoules. So, yeah. And then there's some Cadbury. There's a Crunchy.
There were 2 of those. Not just
really?
one.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I wasn't around when this was open. And then there's a Cadbury Moro bar. with
What is
2
that?
of those. I'm not sure. Fistful of caramel, nougat, and Cadbury milk chocolate. Yum. Oh, cool. Look, it says it was made in New Zealand.
Yeah, and another one says Australia, so that
New
must be the
Zealand,
office.
Australia. And then these are Cadbury eggs with Oreo inside. So there you can see the Oreo. So we have 2 of those.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I had to open it and stick the chocolate in the fridge because it was almost 90 degrees yesterday and the chocolate was a little soft. So, but they're safe now. Don't worry, they're safe.
yes, all chocolate has been taken care of. So no chocolate was injured in this at all.
Yeah. So thank you, Megan. That was an amazing package to get. I
very,
love doing
very
swaps.
sweet. Thank you,
Swaps are
Megan.
so much fun. So, yeah, that's what we got this week. Did you want to talk about your little thing there?
Oh no, I've been having that.
What is it?
Well, we'll talk about it after.
After what?
After we finish.
Oh.
No, I don't want to talk about it on the podcast.
Oh, I thought it was like, so it's
No.
like a silk.
It's a silk handkerchief.
Is it for spinning?
Yes, I've had this for years.
I didn't know that. Huh. Oh, that's what we've been talking about. And it's fiber related. That's why I thought we were going to show it.
It is fiber related. A long, long time ago, I read the Yarn Harlot, and she was spinning from silk handkerchiefs, and it sounded appealing to me. This was during my extremely brief interest into possibly spinning. So this is the hanky.
That is gorgeous.
Well, there's multiple hankies here. And you literally spin off of the hanky. I want to say there's 6.
There's 6?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I have been having this forever, and I had pulled it out at one point to see if you were interested in it. And I just forgot. So, hey, are you interested in it?
Yeah, well, if you want to, I mean, I've tried to teach you how to spin, but it doesn't always go so well.
No. You know, in all honesty, I love watching you spin, but I don't have a great interest in it, and I'm really not interested in opening up another can of worms in terms of a rabbit or a can of rabbit holes.
It's an expensive can of rabbit holes.
Well, you know, I'm happy with my current number of hobbies, and I will live vicariously through you. How about that? I will enjoy watching you spin your fiber. I'll enjoy the wheel. I'll enjoy your spindles. It looks so cool when she talked about this.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I'm like, ooh, I want to try that.
That's what I thought it was, but I didn't.
Yes.
I wasn't entirely sure.
Yes, and I've had this maybe 6 years. And when I say I've had it a while, yeah.
I haven't even been spinning that long. You just bought it in the hopes that one day something would happen? Mm-hmm. I've done that. I don't blame you.
But I saw it the other day and I pulled it out and I meant to talk to you about it. And I guess I just set it there. And, it was meant to be because, hey, there you are.
Yeah, I thought you brought it out to talk about it. So that's why
No, it was just sitting down I have a little cart that I pulled close to put my things on. And it was just sitting there, but yeah. Oh, look, Robin has something else thrown at her this week.
So, that's all we have for knitty stuff. Quick little shop update. If you are not interested, then you are free to leave. Thank you for watching to this point. But if you want to stick around to see what's going to be in the shop update, you might be disappointed because there will not be a shop update this week, and there will not be a shop update next week. I was planning on having a shop update tomorrow, but I was gone for part of this week, as we've talked about, plus I had finals. So while I have some skeins I could put in the shop, if I put the update on Friday, we're leaving on Saturday morning, so there wouldn't be time to get them out. So it just makes more sense just to not have the shop update this week. Maybe have it at the beginning of the week when we come back, or maybe just save it until that Friday. So I'm not entirely sure yet, but I'll keep y'all posted on Instagram.
You may decide to do it on Sunday, you think?
Oh yeah, there is Sunday. Well, I want to see if I can get some more dyed up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because mostly this was going to be a mostly solids update. So I do have a handful done, but I'm not sure if I can get them labeled and scanned and photographed, and we're just getting back from the trip, so we'll see what
I mean, that totally makes sense. Personally, once I order a yarn, I am looking
Yeah, nobody wants to wait a week and a half until
Yeah,
I can
I
ship
am
it.
looking constantly for that email saying that it has been shipped or the label's been made or whatever.
Yeah.
I bought some Miss Babs Sunday, maybe?
Ooh, yeah.
No,
Or
Saturday. Bought Miss Babs Saturday. And yesterday I received notification that it was shipping. And I was like looking for that Monday. I was looking for that Tuesday. So it was like, and no way are they slow in shipping it. But I mean, once you buy it, you want it now.
Yeah.
So
I will technically not be closing my shop while we're gone, but I'm going to deactivate all the listings except for the Harry Potter skeins of the month because I want everyone to have an open window if they want to order it because they don't ship until the middle of June anyway. So that's what's the only thing that's going to be in the shop.
The May skeins went out today.
May skeins went out today. The poor post office lady, I came in with my 60 to 70 packages and so Etsy is supposed to prompt you to print a scan form to where the post office worker only has to scan that one piece of paper. They don't have to scan every single package. But for some reason it didn't prompt me to print it. For some reason, I don't know why.
Oh, she had to be happy with you.
Yeah, and there were people behind me in line, so I'm like, I'm just gonna put these here. You can scan them in whenever you have a chance.
That happened Monday when I was dropping off your packages while you were gone. There was a lady too in front of me who said the same thing. She says usually it asks me to print out a scan form, but it didn't this time. And I mean, she kept pulling stuff out of her bag. And
that was me today. I felt so bad.
Well, because I've been to the post office for you and been with you when you've gone to the post office, I was definitely feeling her pain because you don't want to be that person, but sometimes it's out of your hands.
Yeah, and I would have them, like, you can schedule a pickup and they'll come get it from your house. But to be honest, I don't trust, like, just leaving my packages out on the porch. And I'm not always home all day to be able to hand the packages off. Mm-hmm. So it's just better to hand deliver them that way. I know they got there. I see her scan the form. Like, I know.
You know it made it into the building.
Yeah, so everything... all the May skeins are out. I do have a handful of orders left that I'm going to do my best. Well, I'm not going to do my best. I'm going to ship them off tomorrow.
Those will go out before we go.
Yeah, everything is going to go out before we leave, so I have nothing to worry about. The only things I'm going to have left are going to be the June skeins, which aren't ready to go anyway. So, if you want to order a skein of yarn from me, do it today because I'm going to deactivate the listings at like midnight if I can. So, I don't want people to be waiting for yarn. So, that is the thought process behind that.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. So, I think that might be all we have, huh?
I think it is.
Yeah, so thank you for watching. And we have some new people, I noticed. I came back from my trip and we'd gained a bunch of subscribers. So, thank you if you're new and you're giving us a try. And thank you to everyone who watches us every week as usual.
We do appreciate that.
Yes. And don't forget to enter our giveaway on our Ravelry group. And if you would like to come enter my giveaway on Instagram, I would love that too. And we will see you guys
on the 25th.
Next week. Yeah. So until then, happy knitting.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.